Hi there, this is Maths with Angela doing a little bit on conversions with metric units. Okay, so let's have a look at these questions here. So we've got converting 3 meters into centimeters. So I'm going to go through the metric units and how to convert between all of them. Okay, so I like to do it in a flow diagram. So our smallest metric units we need to know is millimeters. Then we've got centimetres, then we've got metres, and then we've got kilometres. Okay, and I like to make a little bit of a flow diagram out of it, so it tells me what to do. Okay, now a lot of this can be on the non-calculator paper because we're dealing with powers of 10, so we're dealing with timesing or dividing by 10, 100 or 1,000. Okay then, now things you need to remember that 1 centimetre is 10 millimetres. Okay, so 1 centimetre is 10 millimetres. So if I want to convert millimetres to centimetres, I'm going to just change colour, divide by 10. Okay, so if I'm going this way, I divide by 10, and then if I want to change centimetres to millimetres, I times by 10. Okay. Right, now 1 metre is 100 centimetres. So if I'm trying to convert centimetres to metres, I'm dividing by 100, and the other way I'm timesing by 100. So they mirror one another, doing the inverses. And then finally 1 kilometre is 1,000 metres. So I'm dividing, going from metres to kilometres, and then I'm timesing to go the other way. Okay then, so I'm going to do some similar questions to you and leave you to do these ones. So let's look at, I'm going to look at 5 meters into centimeters. Okay, so what I would do here is I'm going from meters to centimeters, so I'm flowing this way along the bottom of the diagram. So this is telling me to times by 100. Okay, so 5 times 100 is 500 centimeters. Okay. So let's look at this one here. Let me change it. Say this is 6 kilometers and I want to change it into meters. So kilometers into meters, so I'm flowing this way, so I'm timesing by 1,000, and that gives me 6,000 meters. Okay then, right, let's have a look at this one here. Say I've got 750 centimeters and I want to change it into meters. So I'm going from centimetres to metres, so I'm going to go across the top, so I'm dividing by 100. So 750 divided by 100 means move it back 2 places, you end up with 7.5 metres. Okay, and then this one at the bottom here, I'm going from millimetres to centimetres, so let's do 500 millimetres to centimetres. Okay, so 500 millimetres, so we're going from millimetres to centimetres, so I'm going across the top, so I'm dividing by 10. Okay, and that leaves me 1 place back, leaves me with 50 centimetres. Okay, so they're good examples, so you can have a go at doing the ones that are set here on question 4. Okay, so let's look at a bit more difficult ones with different units. So this one here is kilograms and grams. So let's go through the metric measurements. Okay, so we've got the smallest measurement is milligrams, then we have grams, then we have kilograms. So I'm going to do a flow diagram as I did before. So to go from milligrams to grams, I need to know that 1 gram is 1,000 milligrams. Okay, so this way I'm dividing by 1,000, and this way I'm timesing by 1,000. Okay, and then finally 1 kilogram is 1,000 grams. Okay, so it's a repeat again, divide by 1,000, times by 1,000. Okay, so let me do a conversion here. Let's say I have 2 people and I need to work out the weight of someone. So let's say Pixie is 9.5 kilograms and Fifi is 820 lighter. Work out the weight of Fifi. So I'm going to convert. It's usually best to convert to the smaller unit because you end up without any decimals. So I'm going to convert this kilograms into grams. So I'm going to go from kilograms to grams. So that's times. So I've got 9.5 times by 1,000 gives me 9,500 grams. And then as she's lighter, I'm going to take off this. So 9,500 grams, take away 820. Got to borrow from here. So that gives us 8. Can't do that. Cross that out. 14 is with 6. So it's 8,680 grams. And if they asked me to give that in kilograms, I would divide it by 1,000, so I'd get 8.68 kilograms. Okay, so have a go at that question there with the grams and kilograms. And then we're going to do one with capacities. So the different names we have capacities, we have milliliters, centiliters, and liters. Okay, so here we go, we're going to do the conversions. So 1 centiliter is 10 milliliters, okay, and 1 litre is 100 centiliters. Okay, so these are all capacity liquid measurements, okay. So to go from here to here, I divide by 10, and to go back, times by 10, and then to go this way, I divide by 100, and this way, I times by 100, okay. So, I'm going to leave the first one because that's like an estimate as to distances, but now I'm looking at this capacity here for this glass. So the capacity of a small glass is 250, and it could be milliliters, or it could be a big glass which is centiliters. Okay, so let's okay then. So let's have a look at this one here where we've got our metric conversion. So let me remind you, you've got milliliters, centiliters, and liters. So this way we divided by 10, times in by 10, dividing by 100, and times in by 100. Okay, so let me do another one. So let's say we turn 250 milliliters into liters. Okay, so I'm going from here all the way to here. So I'm going to do these two things. So I've got 250, I'm going to divide by 10, and then I'm going to divide by 100, which is overall divided by 1,000, but it doesn't matter if you do it in stages. So if I divide it by 10, I end up with 25. Just write that there. And if I divide by 100, I end up with 0.25 litres. So hopefully that's helpful for completing that question. Okay then, right, so let's have a look at converting between cubes and centimetres. Okay, so I know that 5 metres, yeah, turns into 500 centimetres. Okay, now if I turn this into 5 metres squared, okay, so 5 metres squared, I'll draw a little picture here, yeah, so we've got 5 metres squared here, okay, so this, well, let's call it, let's do it this way, 25, yeah, sorry, so 25 squared, only because I can show you it as a picture, so 25 is 2,500, okay. Now, what will this be? Now, you can't do 25 with just 2 zeros on it, and I'll show you why. So, to get 25 centimetres squared, you have a square of 5 by 5, okay, and that's metres, okay. Now, if I change this into centimetres at this point, I get 500 and 500. Okay, and if I multiply those together to get the area in centimetres, which is what I want it in, yeah, I'm doing 500 times 500, I end up with 250,000, okay, right, and that's centimetres squared. So when you're changing squared units, you're going to multiply not just by 100 like you did here, you're going to multiply by 100 and then 100 again, because you've got two sides of the square, okay? Same here when you've got cubed, okay? So you're going to multiply by 100, 100, and then 100 again, okay? So hopefully that makes sense. So let's have a go at this one. So 0.6 meters cubed, and I want to change it into centimeters cubed. So I do 100 to turn it, meters into centimeters. I need to do it again because we've got, and then I need to do it again because it's cubed, because I've got three sides to multiply by 100, okay? So 0.6 times 100 is 60, so that's our first one, okay? Yeah, 60. Then times by another 100 takes us up to 6,000. And then times by another 100 puts another 2 zeros on, which takes us to 600,000 centimeters squared, okay? Let's do this one here. So let's say I've got 7.2 meters squared, and I want to change it into centimeters. So again, I'm timesing by 100, and then just by another 100, because I've got to change both of the sides, because this is squared, it's got two sides, yeah? So 7.2 times 100 is 720, and then times by another 100 gives us another 2 zeros. So I've got 72,000 centimeters squared. Anyway, hopefully that's helpful. Have a go at these questions. Bye.